That was
Yeah.
Benito. I mean, I'll say it again. It's from a Will Smith song.
Was it? Did not know.
Yeah. She's a big Will Smith fan.
Kid Rock and Snoop Dogg.
And Kid Rock and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Right? You know why her and Snoop are friends?
Like his music.
Did you say edibles? I'm so
His
sorry.
music.
All right, guys, listen.
Bucket.
Let's see who's on today. We got Carissa. We got Mary. We got JB. We got somebody's connecting via iPhone. So welcome everybody. So let's jump into bucket fills.
Okay, I changed up our bucket today because I just feel like the last few weeks
I like it. It's an
the
overflowing
bucket
bucket.
is, we need that. Guys, again, remember this is bucket fills, not just business related, just in your life. I mean, there has to be something you're thankful for, that you're happy for, with your family. Anything. Come on. Somebody online.
Jordy.
Oh, Jordy's got her hand up.
Okay. I had my whole family and my boyfriend's whole family come and help us move this weekend. So that was really, really awesome. Huge bucket fill to people that help others move, because it's always that question of like, hey, are you free? Yeah, maybe, because moving is never fun. So just want to give a shout out to them. For my family, his family. They were rock stars. They did most of the hard work. So.
And now you're in a building where your elevator will work.
Oh, 24 floors.
All right, who else? Come on, somebody online. There's got to be somebody online. Rissa, I know you're good for something. You're always thankful.
Hey,
See if she.
I did see.
Oh, it's unmuted.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. What can I bucket fill? I guess just maybe with the kids not, being sick anymore. They're back to school, so I'm grateful for that. So that's a bucket fill that we're all back and ready to go. So
For real.
Love it.
For real. For real. I saw that Forrest finished a bunch of projects at his house this weekend. So congratulations to Forrest.
Yes.
That's a tough project to do the stairs.
Thank you.
Stuff done.
It wasn't that bad, actually.
I think he just. Whoa. I think that meant that Forrest just asked if you too want to do your stairs and risers.
Help.
He'll come and help you.
Thank you, Forrest. We are thankful for that.
Yeah, we are. That's a bucket fill.
Actually, you know what? I am super thankful for everyone who has sent prayers to Todd, and guarantee that he is very thankful. He a few steps yesterday, so he's on recovery and doing well, and I'm just thankful for that.
That's awesome. For those of you that don't had seen him on Facebook, he doesn't talk about it a lot, but he had surgery to remove some cancer. Last Wednesday? And so yeah, he's taking some steps and getting back out into the world. So we keep praying for Todd. So here's your prayer, Todd. We're thinking about your brother. So yeah. Other bucket fills.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I said anybody.
I thought somebody was I thought it was like JB very quietly saying, I got something to say.
Okay, moving on.
I do.
Oh my gosh, who was here? So, and you know what? It's such a bummer because I got to be honest, the pictures don't do it justice because there was a ton of people here. It was so fun. Fire. I'm in my office. Jordan comes running around the corner, and I think I've never seen eyes so big as I hear, oh my gosh, there's a huge fire outside. Oh my gosh, it was a blast. It was so much fun. Well, thank you to everybody who was able to make it. Fun to see families, to see the kids and the spouses. It was a lot of fun. It was a good time.
I didn't make it home until like 10:30, so that was late for me. I didn't have anybody to play bags with because nobody's quite as good as me. except Richard's little one. She was,
My lord, she is too cute. She literally just like tucked up the little happy little camper. She's adorable.
yeah, that was fantastic.
Fun. It was a lot of fun. So join us because obviously we're going to keep that up because that was a great event.
It really was.
Whoa.
Woo, woo.
Sponsor. So for those of you enjoying a wonderful breakfast, that is to our mark.
Yeah, sure. Wow.
Well, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so today I'm going to talk about home stretch. You know, some of you may know what that is, many of you may not, but 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, I received an email, and I know a lot about home stretch and the different organizations that teach it. I just, for whatever reason, never considered it until I received this email saying, hey, you know, we're going to be certifying some mortgage people, and why I'm bringing it to you here today, some real estate, you know, people, right? So so I got the email, and I took my first class or took part on, that was on Friday. It was about maybe a half an hour, and you know, it's not rocket science. It's pretty much, it's mortgage stuff. It's real estate stuff. What I didn't necessarily realize that the home stretch is it's created, the curriculum is created by Minnesota Home Ownership Center, which I didn't, I guess, know that. So I thought, oh, this is great. So there's a you know, there's something for us to follow, right? It's not like I have to roll into class and figure out, okay, what am I going to talk about mortgage today? And so it's there's a curriculum, and it's put out, you know, like I said, by the Minnesota Home Ownership Center. And they certify you, right? So I'm doing mine through NeighborWorks. NeighborWorks is a organization that you know, does a lot of good things with down payment assistance. So the big difference with Homestretch is people need Homestretch, or they get a certificate, right? That qualifies them for the down payment assistance funds, right? Instead of, we've probably all tried to do a first time home buyer class, and you know, we get a person, if we're lucky, to show up. The difference with these organizations is they get people to show up, right? You know, a lot of these classes might have 10, 20 people, right? And although you're not supposed to advertise or solicit business, you can tell them who you are. You can hand out business cards. In my mind, you're probably still telling them what's going on. So I thought, you know, I might like to teach, right? I might like to, they do these classes via Zoom. Some of them are in person. And really, they're taught by mortgage people, real estate people, and inspectors, right? So, you know, I feel that it could be very rewarding. It could be a lot of fun, and I might even get some business from it, right? And there's many organizations that teach home stretch. It's not just NeighborWorks, which is where I'm doing mine through. I think on the board we have now, it's like a 67-page. I just received my curriculum, my manual, my here you go. Here's what we want you to teach. Today's Tuesday, so I just got it yesterday. Actually, I did the first training on Friday, and I have my last training I will do on Thursday. Again, it's not rocket science. It's not super hard. It's, you kind of just roll through it and you become certified. And now I'll be teaching, and they guarantee you at least a couple of times a year. I believe it was 2 times a year. They will call you up and say, hey, Mark, you know, we need you for a 2-hour slot on April 28th. Are you good? Yep. Raise my hand and say I'm good. And, you know, there might be 10, 20 people that I'll be, you know, teaching the mortgage section of home stretch. And again, once they complete this, this is the, you know, this is a, they'll receive their certificate that would qualify them for whether it's Minnesota housing or, you know, any of the other down payment assistance where you actually need your home buyer certificate. So they tend to be much better or more, there's more people that will sign up for these. but there's PPL, PRG, there's dozens and dozens of organizations. If you become certified to do home stretch, I think it's a great way to not only have a fulfilling, you're helping people on that journey of home ownership, but I think it's also could be very good for your business, right? To get in front of 20 people and that want to buy a house. So I think there's again, like I said, there's a Zoom class and usually they're these are, I think, I have that in the bottom, like what did that say? Like loan officer from 5:30 to 7. So, I'd be on for an hour and a half teaching my section of the manual, of mortgage lending. You can see then, real estate agent pops up and does their hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and then they finish up with a home inspector. So that's just an example. Again, a lot of these are being done via Zoom now, but there are many going back to in person. So you can certainly sign up for any. I will help you. Certainly, if you want to go through NeighborWorks, NeighborWorks I think is easy. That's the one, like I said, the one I'm doing. But we'll see how it goes. I might sign up for some of the others. I believe that there are some agents around that are doing some other organizations like through PPL and NAREB and some of the others. But yeah, I just sign an agreement. And once I go, I actually signed that after Friday. I'll be ready to roll after Thursday. I'm sorry, Jordan, you had a question? You were raising your hand? Yeah, one more time. Did you say Carissa? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Carissa.
Oh no, I just said that I teach them too. If anyone wants any information or instructions or anything like that, I've been doing it for a little over a year. So I'd be happy to help anybody who's interested.
Awesome. Yes. And that's what I was going to finish with as well. If you want to say, hey, Mark, how do I get started with this? How do I do this? Just give me a call, text, email, and I'll show you. I'll get you in touch with probably NeighborWorks because I know they're looking for people right now, and we can certainly go through the online. If you go to the Minnesota Home Ownership Center, there is also a big long list of the different people who are offering home stretch. So yeah, Steve, stop on by and we'll I'll give you the contact people for NeighborWorks, the people who contacted me. So, anybody else? All I had today, just kind of a heads up on that. So.
Thank you for the breakfast. Cereal, yoga, and whole cereal. Thank you. Correct. All right, tomorrow. Don't forget, session 6. Nick, pages 172 to 184, MREA economic model.
You guys, if you haven't already checked out this class or this MREA, and if you haven't read it before, or if you have, you do not need to start at the beginning to participate. So this is one of the foundational models for Keller Williams. So my conversation for you is finding your business is in a place that you're not entirely sure of the activities that you're doing, not sure why you're doing them, what the outcome is going to be. Show up for MREA tomorrow morning. Sorry, y'all. Show up tomorrow morning and participate. This, for me, as the instructor for this has been incredibly eye-opening because as the teacher, you connect different, or the instructor, you're connecting different ideas to it. And as I think back now that I've read this before prior to coming and stepping into this, it means more now, I think, than it's ever meant. When the market is good, you have a tendency to rely on luck. When the market is in transition, if you want to succeed, you have to rely on proven strategies. So if you are struggling right now, even if it's mindset, even if it's if it's not specific to something, or if it is, show up for MREA. We're going to share some things tomorrow about the economic model and about what it looks like to look at your business as a business and how you can control that. So come tomorrow, please. For those of you that have been going, thank you. For those of you that are stuck in your business and you're not sure what to do, show up. This will help. We'll get you caught up. The first 4 or 5 chapters of this, or the first 4 or 5 sessions, are foundational in terms of mindset and understanding. You can catch up to those really quick. Use some of this to take off. So jump on in.
Definitely. Yeah. Join us tomorrow morning, even if you haven't been to any of them. Still come in. It's a great time to start.
Oh, they're not here. I could run.
Okay. Business planning clinic with the region. So
We're gonna be full of business planning. So if you think that if you get through the next month and you didn't business plan, you either had to be hiding underneath a rock or you decided you didn't want to. Business planning clinic coming up. John Prescott. How many of you have seen John speak before? John was a bold coach or is a bold coach. He did a fantastic job. I think is spot on because he's not messing around with all the other things that we would normally do. So I think this is a great one. If you want to do this, it's $99. We're going to be at Cedars Hall. And we have another one. We have a slide for that. All right.
all right, we have CE Knockout October 4th, 11 to 3 p.m. Jordan got this all set up. So definitely scan the QR code if you want to catch a few hours. And then we did move our 2-day CE. So that's going to be right after the first of the year, somewhere towards the end of January, February. We'll be putting that back out, but we wanted to kind of push that out of here a little bit. So definitely though, if you want to just grab a few hours, go ahead and grab this one.
Yeah, this is fantastic. You stole it.
Right, here's what we're talking. I wish I could have made.
Guess who's back?
You want to?
We have 2 of them, one like 30 a.m. to 12, the other one from 5 to 6. So you can come to either or, whatever works with your schedule, and you'll be having everyone on the screenplay planning for you. So if you need to go to the CE on the 4th, and then come to our business planning on October 12th, we'll be here in person for that event.
And I'm gonna be on that. I'm gonna be working with that because I'm the pretty one, right? That's who I am in our boy band.
Vanna.
Pretty one. No, I'm the pretty one. I'm like Justin Timberlake. Thank you.
Definitely. All right.
You just gotta give a highlight. Yeah, so we're gonna go through that. You go through your 401, your GDF, all that, your number of contacts. You should be having really good conversations with daily. As well.
It is. Here's what it's going to be. It's going to be a truncated version of the traditional business planning clinic. This is going to be for those of you that are ready to roll. Show up. We're going to dig right in. We're going to go high level on a couple of different topics and just move through those conversations. One is because we want you to get in. We want you to do it. We found that if we go much longer than this, people get they start to not participate or they decide not to show up. It's like 4 hours or whatever. So we're going to do a really good job. We broke this out and I think you guys are going to find a lot of value in it. What you're going to be able to do offsite is be able to take the framework that we're delivering and employ that immediately in your business. So I think we'll be good to go.
And it again will be on the follow-up when Jordan sends out that email. There'll be information to register and get everything all set up. That's nice if you caught that there's a second option in the evening. That's phenomenal. Thank you. Oh,
Bold. Okay, guys.
still have a couple of spots left.
Say it. Tell them what they get. Tell them what they get.
So if you register for Bold and you're one of the first 10, last week Todd was feeling a little generous. So you register, send me your paid confirmation and I will reimburse you $400 right up front. As long as you're one of those first 10 that get in there. So get the Chad wants it. So get registered right now. And you have to register, excuse me, for obviously full Bold, which is probably $7.99, I think, when it comes up. Already registered right over there. But yes, as soon as you get registered, just shoot me an email. And if it's before 1 o'clock today, then your funds will go into your account today or vice versa the next day. So
So here's what I would say. It's a close location, number one. Number two, do you know why I know that this guy is going to be a good coach?
you have to like
He annoys the hell out of me. This is why he's going to be a good coach. Here's the thing. We all have had different bold coaches. Some of them are really good. Some of them are okay. Here's what we're getting from this guy. I know he's going to move the
needle.
what do they call that? The needle in your business, because the way that he's coaching us as team leaders to get you guys to this, if he's coaching us that way and he's going to coach you that way, you're going to have an impact in your business. And he is, what do they call that? Annoying? No. He's remindful. It's annoying because he's reminded me of the facts that everything that he's saying has truth to it. And that's why I know that there's going to be value to this, is because he's delivering things that I'm like, I know you're right, but I want to be upset about that. So you guys, here it is. It's close to us. We're going to cover half of the cost up front, right? So your cost to do this is $400, and you are going to see a value out of this, right? At the very minimum, what do we know that we're facing right now? Most of us, maybe all of us in this room and in most of the rooms that I'm in, are experiencing a time in business where the activities that you're doing aren't necessarily leading immediately to the results that we've normally had. If you've been in the business for 5 years, you're probably used to doing the activity and seeing a result. If you've been in the business for 10 years, you probably are used to doing the activity and seeing the result. If you've been in the business longer than that, you know that there have been times in history where the activity, the output doesn't always match what comes home to you. But if you do it consistently, right, and you push through all of what's happening around us, your business, when the market starts to come back, right, and when interest rates level out, when there's more consistency in the market, you're going to have an opportunity to excel at a fast pace. Plus, you're used to doing the things in real estate that don't always work. The door gets shut in your face. Activity doesn't always pay off in the moment. Activity that you commit to long term will pay dividends. This is your dividend payment. Get into this class, participate. I'm taking it. This is my first time taking it in 7 or 8 years, probably. I'm going to take it. I'm a little intimidated by that because I know that I'm be some pressure there. Carrie already told me all the things that I'm responsible for to get to her. That's going to be even more fun. But you guys, listen, if you're sitting at this point in your business in the year and you're wondering, okay, it hasn't been a great year. I've kind of committed to some of the activities, but not everything. Take this opportunity when the market is in transition, right? Take this time to double down on what it is that you're going to do. I promise you guys, I promise you, this will be pivotal for those of you that take this year. I really, really believe that. Like I said, he's going to annoy you a little bit because he's going to push those buttons in your life that you know are excuses. And that's the truth. On the call yesterday, he pushed my excuse button and it annoyed me. And that's what I know a coach is going to be good.
All so annoying.
Yes. You're going to go because he's annoying. It's going to remind you. It's the woodpecker, right? It's like, I just want you to stop. Please stop reminding me of all the things that I know. Because it's, and he does it in a way that is genuine, and it kind of smacks right in your face. You're like, You've been to church? All right, show up for me.
I think you're so bought into this that if you go and you invest your time into this and you listen and you take those takeaways, if you truly can say you got nothing out of it, you can walk up to him and say, Nick was right. You are really annoying, and let him know. But I can guarantee nobody will be saying that, because I haven't had anybody, I got to be honest, anybody I know that has taken bold has never just walked away and not taken it again. So I would say that it's definitely an investment.
Peter.
First quarter.
Right?
Exactly.
All the I already had people.
Come back.
So here's what I have always said. There's no better time to be in communication with people between Thanksgiving and Super Bowl.
Yep.
That's when I talk to people, right? Events, parties, gift exchanges. I usually just give them my card as a gift because that's a gift in and of itself.
Yes.
All right, moving on.
Great.
I'm excited about this.
This is
So
awesome.
while I was in mega camp a few months ago, not even 6-8 weeks, whatever it's been. I'd heard this young gentleman talk about how he was engaging some of the elected officials in some of the stuff he was doing and how it was resulting. But when I came back, Carrie, myself, and Jordan got on this idea that we would host a State of the City Summit. I reached out to the mayor of Roseville, the mayor of Brighton, the mayor of Shoreview, and the mayor of Arden Hills. They agreed to participate. So on Monday, the 16th, is it Monday? Okay. Monday, the 16th, we are going to host here from 8:30 till 10 a city summit. We're going to ask 3 questions of each of these elected officials about what their city is doing to promote affordable home ownership, to promote home ownership in general, and to talk about economic developments in their communities. Many of you don't know this, or maybe you do, and I was just late to the party. You can go to these websites at times, and you can go to their EDC, their Economic Development Council, and you can find projects that they are hoping that they can find developers for. That's a huge thing, you guys. If you're looking at that, whether or not you're even in commercial, when you start having some of these conversations, you don't know where they're going to lead, right? So participate in this, get involved in this. There's going to be value in this. So the other thing is, invite somebody to come with you. I don't care if it is a commercial person that you might know, a business owner from the community. This is going to be a good conversation. We're going to have breakfast here, and we're going to do 30 minutes of kind of mingling. They'll come in and kind of talk and mingle around. We're going to do about an hour. Carrie's thinking about an hour of kind of canned questions, and then end that with a few off the cuff questions. I'm excited about this, you guys, but I'm really, really excited to bring that value to our office and to the community here, and invite anybody, real estate agents, anybody you know. Carrie is going to really reach out to some of the agents in our community that aren't currently with KW. So show up that day. If for nothing else, it'll be a good time, and you will be able to get perspective about what's happening in the cities that touch us here in Roseville.
This is a great one, guys, coming up, and I'm actually just going to quickly read this, but this is Rebecca Del Pozo, a visionary real estate entrepreneur who has built a thriving career at KW since 2003. She has earned a reputation as an award-winning real estate agent and the founder of her team. She's an investor of 16 cash flowing properties, a published author, and a sought-after teacher and speaker. She is with Keller Williams University Master Faculty Trainer and the founder of the Millionaire Real Estate Mom. Her passion for creating opportunities and building wealth is contagious. We are excited to get inspired by her. Tuesday, November 7th. This is going to be a Zoom option, so you don't have to be in person. She won't be here. This will be on Zoom. But I have heard just kind of tidbits and brief things with her. Amazing. Her energy, it will just bring you into where you need to be. I would definitely highly recommend. Again, I don't have, and I apologize, I didn't have Sean here to help me, so I don't have the QR code on there. That will be included again in the information that goes out so that you can get that Zoom link and get registered for that. So definitely catch her, because I think you'll enjoy that a lot. Applications are now open for 2024. We've talked about this. We saw Gijay in here. She's getting involved. Guys, we want to do that with your business. It's going to help you to grow and hear and learn other ideas, but to get involved in SPAR, to be doing things. So right now their applications are open. It's to empower emerging realtor leaders and guide them into maximizing their leadership potential. It's a year-long commitment. It provides you with an opportunity to gain insight and experience into advocacy, community engagement, media training, and business etiquette. So you can go on to the SPAR website and click in there and you'll see it under, it'll say, interested in SPAR membership program here, and just go in and do that and get your application filled out. It is going until November 3rd is the deadline on those. So yeah.
If you've never done something like this, you guys, I did the SPAR Leadership Academy and I thought it was fantastic. What it teaches you is, one, it helps you to network with real estate agents in your business, cooperative agents that you're going to run into. Check, right? That's a good thing. Two, it allows you to start to elevate your thought process. You're surrounding yourselves with people that they too are looking to advance themselves as leaders, to lift their leadership lid, what they're capable of, and the people that they're doing it. And the association is you guys, your members. A lot of times people will say they don't know anything about NAR, they don't know anything about the associations, and that are they really necessary? The truth is, we would not be here if we didn't have the code of ethics. And I'll make proof to this. Mortgage people did not have the same protection coming out of the mortgage or the last collapse, and their business was decimated because they did not have the advocacy that we have. Now, if you want to change the profile, I will say, if you look at that, there is only one person of color in that group, right? We know that only 18% of women participate in leadership positions at the board or within their brokerage. We know that minorities produce at about participate at about 12%. So if you want to change the world around you, be that change, do something like this and start allowing other people to see you and what you're doing and how you're making a change. And your commitment to that is showing up to something like this. So if you need any help with that, please let us know. Not with this part, that's on you.
Yeah, there's a lot of you that have not paid your fourth quarter MLS dues quite yet. They are due this Saturday. So you have this next week to get them paid. If you don't know where to pay them, you can call SPAR. You can log into your portal. I will be sending out more emails, more texts, more reminders, because I know it's one of those things that you get your email on September 1st and then you totally forget about it until September 30th when they're due. So just a reminder, get those paid. If you're not sure if you've paid them, you can reach out to me. Otherwise, I will be reaching out to all of you over this next week if you haven't. So get them paid. Thanks. Oh, and they also brought out membership renewals were sent out. They're a little bit, I think they're $5.89 is what we discovered for 2024. So just keep that on your radar. Those are going to be due end of November. We'll talk more about those as they come up and get closer to the deadline. Oh, I didn't even realize it changed. We are going to be participating or partnering with Nourish 282 again. We've done this the last 3 years. They host an annual free store for all of the St. Anthony and New Brighton kids and families that need it. So we are a drop-off spot. You'll see us right here. Through October 10th, we're going to be collecting coats. So if you have any, or actually jackets, snow pants, boots, hats, scarves, gloves, and mittens. So any outerwear, gently used, laundered, please. If you just want to drop it with Linda at the front desk, I'm going to be taking them all on October 11th. So Sean can also create these flyers for you if you want to door knock with them. So definitely reach out to us if you want to use this as a door knocking opportunity. Just partnering with them again. So
I'll tell you guys how to do that part really, really easily. Legitimately print this off with your information on it. Get it, obviously get Sean to do it, print it off. Don't worry as much about door knocking. You can door knock it. It's a really good way to do it, but use it as a canvassing. Drop it off and tell them that you're going to be back to pick it up on Wednesday the 9th. What I used to do is I'd get we have a bunch of those bags still around, don't we?
Yeah.
We have a ton of Cub bags. What you do, take the flyer, staple it to the top, drop it on their front door and tell them you're gonna be back this date to pick up. If they're there, if they're gonna be home that day, great. If they're not, leave it on the porch or leave it just outside and you'll pick it up. It's a really easy way for you to, one, touch a farm market, and two, you're gonna be able to go out and get a lot of opportunity. We raised like 1,500 pounds of groceries groceries, would it be groceries? It'd be
It would be
groceries.
groceries,
groceries.
non-perishable food. I guess.
So you can definitely do that. So, all right. Perfect.
Right. Pathway to Achievement Scholarship applications are still being accepted through the 13th. We've got a few people here from our market center taking advantage of this. So I think that's a great opportunity. Bring 6 months of your MLS and super key fees, 1 year of Realtor Association dues, free MNR Unite convention ticket. There's just some great opportunity here for you if you are a newer agent. Definitely, I think when I looked at it today, it does say you have to be duly licensed within the last 6 months to apply for this. The brokerage would also do that. So definitely then reach out to us, let us know you're doing it. We'll submit our part, help you with your business plan and get you.
And like we
set
said,
up
we
for that.
have a few people that are doing this. I think this is awesome. If you know somebody that's interested right now, I posted this on the Facebook page earlier this fall, whatever, in the last month. And so this is, I honestly, guys, you have until October 13th. Let's get a couple more of these in. So for those of you that are 6 months in, if you know somebody that's in our business that is 6 months in, let's get in front of this. It's an easy conversation. So.
Right. These events are coming up quick. I know that Sean has sent out a ton of save the dates on these, for on the three main events. I just want to make sure it's off. Sorry. On those 3 main events, we'll flip to that here in a second, but definitely get these on your calendar. If you are going to be participating, don't wait till the last second because we need to get those numbers in. Because we're going to start with, you look at the save the dates that he created. The pumpkin event may not be until October 26th. We need to get those numbers to Marky Mark's brother to get us pumpkins, obviously a few weeks before that. So we're going to need to know. So that's, I would say, when he's back tomorrow, have him start creating your graphics that are going to go out for your actual RSVP and how many pumpkins do you want? Because we're going to have those in ahead of time. And we ran into that last year when it came to the winter event. That is that second weekend in December. We're doing those little trees again, the wreaths, and there was something else. I don't remember what the 3 things were. But when you do that, they need their stuff back by like November. I'm going to say it's like November 20th, I think at the absolute latest. Might even be a little bit before that. So definitely if you are considering thinking about these events, if you have questions, reach out to me, let me know, but you definitely want to get onto these right away, get your save the dates out because we're really at the point now, we're going to start looking for the RSVPs for that first event. So, and I did have somebody inquire about if they didn't want to give out the wreath or the tree. If that's the case, you just got to talk with Sean and he will create your graphic a little bit different. So just let him know that if you're going to do something different, if you have like your own gift that you're giving out. Are you going?
I'm going.
Oh, good for you.
Terry's going too.
Good for you.
I'm more fun in Vegas than she is.
What?
Who else is
Oh,
going?
Kim's got a ticket. Yes, she does. It's a few people in this room. Yeah,
Probably.
I think 95.
We'll get that up 9% more. We're gonna get in there. It's at Mandalay Bay. If you've ever been to Vegas, if you haven't, Mandalay Bay is a fantastic venue. It's enormous. Bring your walking shoes. It's enormous, but it's a great venue. And here's the thing: if you've never been to family reunion and you want to be around a bunch of people that are excited and pumped up and they're going to share and they're going to talk, you're going to leave there feeling like you've just been surrounded by Tony Robbins for the week. And so show up to this, attend it. It's going to be fun. And it's in Vegas. So I'm going to hold you responsible to coming to class at least a couple of times.
Yeah, they actually closed down those casinos.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just get that. We'll just
Jordy.
get that hacker group to do it again.
Jordan's got something on her phone.
Right now it's $7.99. October 1st is going to jump up to $8.99. So if you're on the fence, something to keep in mind.
And hotels, actually Mandalay Bay and it's that Luxor
The Luxor.
right now are booked. They're full. Once in a while they put a few extra ones, but yeah, the ones right there are completely booked. So definitely get on there as quick as you can.
New York, MGM Grand. The one right next to it. It used to be the Monte Carlo. Now they call it something different. Stay there. And honestly, I looked at further down the strip. So this one, Nomad is what it's called. Nomad is the one that I looked at. And that one was still in the $200 a night range. All right. Let's see. Anybody here? JB, are you still on, JB? JB. If she had to get off. I was just going to ask her about her listing. See here, Corby's not in the room. That's not in the room. Montoya.
I am in the room.
Would you say yours is up there?
Martha.
Was that Martha?
Yes,
Oh,
Martha.
it's like all the way from Florida.
yes.
How's
Ready for the NAREP conference.
Yes.
how's it going down there?
Oh, it's been nice. I have all my family here, so I've been here since the 20th. It's fine.
Oh, well, we're
And the
glad you're there.
conference will start tomorrow.
Martha, tell us about the listing you have in Burnsville on Morgan Avenue.
Okay, so this was a past client. He bought it with me, but he has to move. They relocated him. So this is a 3-bedroom townhome, 2-bathroom, and it's $275. And if anybody wants to do open house this weekend, is available. It's empty. You guys can do it anytime.
Nice.
Thank you.
JP on the line, that's a good, that might be.
Maybe are you there? There's a few people with questions on your listing.
Can I write you a check now? We're gonna have to text JB and say we've got an offer.
Yeah, it might be. We play a little auctioneer here and sell it to the highest bidder. No, JB?
So here's the good news, you guys. For the first time in a long time, there are a lot of listings that showed up. That's good news, honestly, because we haven't, I mean, if you think about throughout the summer here, we've had about half of this amount of listings every week that go on. So I'm excited that we're starting to see some uptick in inventory. And the other thing that I recognized in looking at some of these in preparation, they're in really good condition. Most of these homes are ready to be put on the market, are ready to sell, and ready to make it happen. So yeah, this one looks fantastic too. There are a couple in there that are really nice. So go ahead, Steve.
We had this coming ago. I can fly on Friday. And I don't know that it's 360. It's in Rosemont, right? Rosemont and Apple Valley come together. It's a Rosemont address 360. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, about 2,200 square feet with a double garage, a yard. It'll be no open center. It's nice.
They'll probably move pretty quick down there. On the north side, Terry lives down that way.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Maybe, what are you gonna talk? You said you're gonna talk about some rates. You had some. This is open time for you. Give some good feedback.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to talk about that I've been running into in the last couple of weeks, you guys, is because the activity isn't producing immediately, I think there's some stress out there. I think that some of us are coming into a conversation right now where we're really uncertain of better. So for those of you that couldn't hear that, what I want to leave you today with is say, what is it that you're doing that is going to improve your business as you go? We have a tendency sometimes, you guys, we have a tendency sometimes to judge everything we do. I'm going to use fitness again because I use this a lot because it's an easy analogy. The things that you're doing today aren't having an immediate result. The tendency for us works a little bit like this, right? This is time. Oopsie, sorry. This is time. And this is effort. And what happens is we have a tendency to start here and we hope that it goes up. What does it usually do? Our effort goes down. Why is that?
See the immediate result.
Somewhere right in here, what we thought was going to work isn't working. What we have a tendency to do then is make a choice here to pivot or to be complacent. Pivot and complacency are both usually the wrong bet. Here's why. When you go to the gym, if you go to the gym for 30 days and you don't see the immediate result, right? We have a tendency to say, okay, I need to change something else. I'm going to stop, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to start a different exercise. I'm going to eat different. I'm going to take pills. I'm going to do something. Or we have a tendency to quit. The key here is to take this pivotal moment and to continue the activities that you committed to from the beginning. Commit to the activities that have shown on a longer term that they do make sense, that it actually does over time make sense. If you were to work out for 30 days and not see the results and quit, you've already given up that 30 days. If you continue to work out after 45 days, you're still 45 days into the workout, 60 days, 90 days. We say this a lot, but be committed to the activity and let the outcome happen. The tendency is that we have this effort, the effort falls off, we don't get what we want. And what happens right now is people are telling me, Nick, what do I do? Pay the course, make your calls, connect with your people, knock on your doors, throw your events, do things in a different way because you might have less money that is available in your business today than there was a year ago. But a lot of the activities that I prescribe are activities that if you do with consistency, they're going to work, right? When people say, when I meet with agents outside of our market center that I'm attempting to provide some level of value for their business, oftentimes every single time lately, I know you're tired. I know you're frustrated. I know you're concerned. I know there's fear. I know there's worry. I know all the things that you're facing. There's only one way out of that, though. It's to make a choice to commit to doing what you need to do at a time. If you do it consistently, the dividends you will see long-term will be better. Not only will they be better, they'll be different than the competition. If you think right now, it's a little bit slower, I'm going to do something else for this time frame. That's okay. Realize when you turn your effort and your attention to something else, that is going to grow in your life and your business. So if you wanted to get to $150,000 in sales this year, or 250 or 350, $700,000 in sales, are you going to be on track to do that this year? Maybe. I've only met with a few people where their numbers are outperforming their numbers from last year. Many of you are probably like, oh, it didn't work or it's not working. What am I going to do? Truth is that this is not the time for you to determine whether or not it's working, because there are market dynamics that are at play right now that might make you feel like this isn't going to work. What do we know about real estate? We know that it follows things that happen in everybody's life, right? The things that come up in your life are going to show themselves in real estate. You had a baby, right? You had a second baby. You live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse. You're going to want to move. Maybe you can't move today, or maybe you don't think you can move today. That doesn't mean you can't move today, right? Death. I've been preaching this time and time again, but it's weird. People die every single day. And those people, a lot of those people, as we know, the home ownership rates for boomers, right, is the highest. So those boomers, what are they going to do with their homes? They're eventually going to have to sell. How do you solve that problem for them right now? Right? Getting them into somebody, you get them into somebody who can help them with a family trust. as Jen and I talked about yesterday. Right? Having conversations and being resourceful to people right now will lead to further transactions. Why? Because every single realtor has their hand out to everybody they know, expecting that there's something of value that they're going to put in their hand. What is a concept for us? Come from contribution, right? So instead of me coming to you and saying, Jen, do you know anybody that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate because I really need a deal? I'm coming to you and saying, listen, I'm helping people buy, sell, and invest in a tumultuous market right now. And I would love to be in communication with anybody that you know, so they don't be somebody who isn't as focused on providing them the resources necessary for them to make very smart decisions in this market. Is that something that you'd be interested in, willing to share with your people? Yes or no? Yes. It's always yes. Somebody says no, they don't mean no, as it pertains to real estate. It got weird. They just say not right now, right? So in order to be a resource to somebody consistently and offer them know me, like me, trust me. All of those three things happen before use me, and then finally refer me. Know me. How many people do you know right now? Like me. How many people like you? Right? And what I mean by like is we can make some funny jokes about it. But how many people like you? How many people are you in communication with when your number pops up or something you're sending to them is making them smile, or that you're being able to do something for them that no one else can do? And that is usually the resource that answers the question that makes them more money or gives them more time, right? These are the sorts of things that if you're going to do consistently, as you move through this, you're going to see success in a different light. It really is going to happen. But here's the question I have for you guys. If you knew that in 6 months that the market was going to start shifting into a new speed, we know that because of what? What happens every single year, every single election year? Interest rates come down, and they can't. Not for the last 20 years because they were so low, it didn't matter. But now in traditional election cycles, we see interest rates coming down. What else do we see? Strategic reserves, where they take strategic reserves for petroleum, i.e. gas and oil, they flood the market with that. So, and we see gas prices come down. If you don't believe me, you can check this out in any election year where we see this. So guys, what I'm telling you is that we know that 24 is going to be a weird year. It's likely to be a very busy year. It's likely to be busy because 1, we have pent-up demand. 2, we have limited inventory. So that demand continues to encourage people to want to look for something that fits them, and interest rates are high. I've said this a couple of times. I'll continue to say it so you internalize it. If interest rates drop to the mid 6s, 1.8 million people in the country qualify now to buy a house. If interest rates fall towards 6, 3.1 million. If they fall below 6, all hell breaks loose, right? Because people are going to be out there. What's that going to mean for the people in your database right now? If they wait until next year, maybe interest rates come down a little bit. Maybe they do, right? I'm expecting that they would. But if they wait until that time, we also know with limited inventory, lowered rates, high demand, and I would argue we've all dealt with this before, where we have conspicuous consumption, very visible. People are buying more, they're paying more for homes, right? That's going to be happening next spring. If you want to beat the market right now and you can qualify at today's interest rates, do so today. You're going to save anywhere between 9 to 15%. That is a number that NAR is projecting. 9 to 15% value increases over an 18-month period, starting in January of 24. So in 18 months, we're expecting a wild run up on housing values because we're not building enough to stay ahead of the curve. And the demand that's going to come out of this when people can qualify is going to mean that house that's valued at $300,000 or 300, and the average price right now is what, 364, 368. That means that same house is now at 400 in 18 months. It's a huge opportunity for you to provide value for your consumer, because the interest rate and that difference in interest rate and what they're paying for it is going to show over time. You can always refinance, right? And if they don't and if they can't refinance and they've locked in their interest rate, I read an article yesterday that said that there's a chance, an outside chance, that leading into the end of next quarter, we could see interest rates continue to go up. The article made a really, really good argument for the fact that Biden administration is not going to push in the first quarter, and that investors are going to continue to seek protection with higher margins on mortgage-backed securities. If that is the case, you guys, that means that interest rates could get as high as 8%. And it doesn't mean, if I said that a year ago, you guys would have thought I was crazy. Now we're what, half a point away? Maybe less in some cases, depending on what your credit looks like and other circumstances. Guys, I want you to think about this today. I want all of you online and everybody that's in the room. Have you not had a perspective conversation with? Perspective meaning, have you given the people in your database, family, friends, past clients, current clients, potential clients, professionals that you want to work with, attorneys, CPAs, have you given them perspective on what the market looks like? One. Two, have you given them perspective on what it could mean for their clients going into next year? If they have somebody that's on the cusp right now, and you have an agent that's saying, well, it's not the time to buy, that perspective, you guys, is probably not right. Is it an easy time to buy right now? No, it's not. It's different. And so that emotional feeling is perpetuated in people going, oh, it's not the right time to buy next. Well, that doesn't mean that they're right. You're the professional. Give them perspective. So you guys, we're going to wrap it up, but here's what I want you to say. For those of you online, for those of you in the room, take bold if you want a life-changing opportunity right now. If you feel stuck, if you need a recharge, if you need somebody to kick you in the butt to get you going, if you need camaraderie with people that are on the same journey right now, jump into Bold. We're gonna facilitate a Bold group from our market center. Alec, I just told him that just as we were talking right now. And we're gonna really focus on this, right? This is going to be a turning point in your business. If you know somebody that's struggling right now in our market center, not anybody else, let's focus on us for a minute. If you know somebody who doesn't know how to get over, they're struggling, they don't know what's next, have them reach out to Carrier. Have them reach out. Let's have a conversation about what your business looks like. Let's talk about what Bold looks like. Let's talk about accountability coaching. Maybe they need a real coach. We can get them in front of Alec. This is that time. Don't leave now, because that's the tendency. Again, the tendency here is it became a little bit more difficult. The amount of money that we're making is less than it was. Transaction numbers are down. Opportunity is up. If you quit today, you guys, and you go back to whatever it is you did before, that's what you get, is whatever you got before. If you do this now and say, I'm not quitting, I'm not going to pivot, I'm not going to try to do something wildly different, I'm going to stay the course, I'm going to knock on doors, I'm going to make contact with 3 to 5 people a day, depending on where your economic model comes in. If you show up on you will also get a really good opportunity for you to define what that looks like going into next year, you guys. So anything else you guys want to bring up? Perfect. I will see all of you, and those of you online, I'll see you tomorrow for MREA, and then we're going to go right in from MREA. We're going to go right into what? Lead gen. Bingo. Lead gen bingo. Tomorrow after the meeting. So, all right, guys, have a kick-ass day, have a kick-ass week, and go change somebody's life.